everyone, and welcome to the third edition of Surge Online. It's great to have you all with us, and we have a great night lined up for you this week. Alright, so what we're going to do in a moment is we're going to have some new short stories, one from Beth that's going to make everyone laugh, and we're going to have a great message from Charlotte, and we're going to have the latest toilet roll challenge straight from Tik Tok into Surge. Alright, okay, so I just wanted to make sure you're all okay, and that you've not been doing things you shouldn't. Hopefully, in isolation, you have been doing things like this. And not doing things like this. So, 2 weeks into isolation, hopefully you've been looking after yourselves and you don't look anything like this by this point. Yes, if you're looking like Fat Thor by week 2 of isolation, 1, you clearly not been eating well, and 2, I think you need to make sure you get that 1 daily exercise that you're allowed, because if you abide that after 2 weeks, it's not good. Alright? Okay, I'm now going to hand over to Beth, who's going to give us our story of the week, so enjoy!
Okay, so my story comes from Soul Survivor, and it was about 2015, 2016, I can't remember. And I needed a shower, guys. Like, it was day 3 and I still hadn't showered. I looked like a tramp. And I was getting up at 9 AM in the morning, and there was like a line of 100 people, and it was making me late for the main meeting. And then I was trying again at like 10 o'clock at night, and there was a line of like 100 people, and I was like, so I thought, I'll get off at 2 AM and then there won't be anybody there, right? Because everyone will be asleep in their tents and I can just nip in, nip out and go back to bed. Apparently the whole world and his wife had the same idea, and there's a line of 25 people. So I was like, no, like, it's got too far now, it's day 3. So I waited in the line and waited and waited, and then finally it got to the girls in front of me, and the person in the end cubicle was taking forever, and they finally came out. And so I was like, hurry up. But the girls in front of me were like screaming and like clutching each other, and they were like, no, we can't go in there. And I was like, okay, like, what's going on? And then this moth, like the size of my hand, I'm not joking, and I have pretty big hands. It's really weird, like, I've got a pea head and my hands are just huge. It was like flapping in like the corners of the door. Like, I needed to shower, but I was not showering with that in there. And there's this lady behind us, and you can tell that she's like a really bossy, firm youth leader who like isn't taking any trouble from anyone. And she like storms past us, and it's like, for goodness sake, girls, you're being ridiculous. She like opens the cubicle door and slams it shut. And the next thing we hear is this massive scream, and she like flings the door open and like comes running out across the campsite. It's like chucking flip-flops and towels and a hairbrush behind her. And that was it. She was never to be seen again. So my message is, for all those bossy youth leaders out there not looking at Nathan and Charlotte, do not judge 15-year-old girls that are scared of moths the size of my head, because that woman looked about 50 and apparently it scared her too.
Hey guys, welcome to week 3 of Surge Online. We are at the end of the 2nd week of being in lockdown, which is crazy. Who would have thought when we went into 2020 that this is where we would be? But here we are. So I've just got a short message. I know that we always say that, and then it probably is a little bit longer than you would like, but I promise this is not going to be that long. And I want to talk about this idea of reposition and reconnect. And I know that it's been a little bit of a scary time recently. There's been a lot going on, a lot in the news has been said about, you know, people dying and the uncertainty that comes with corona. However, I wanted to just look and talk for a minute about 2 potential positives for this. I know that's a crazy thing, but I kind of wanted to just look at it a little bit differently, and try and look at 2 things that might be a positive from this insanity that is going on at the minute. And so the first thing I want to say as well is this. There's a verse in the Bible that talks about the fact that God will turn all things around for the good of those that love him. And the reality is, God did not cause this virus. I know a lot of people are trying to work out what's going on and why God would allow this. But first and foremost, I just wanted to say that, you know, we believe that God is fundamentally a good God, and he loves us so much. And he did not cause this situation. However, God can use this situation for our good. And as Christians, when we allow him to influence our lives, you know, the good that can come out of that is going to be staggering. So the 2 things, first and foremost, reposition. That's the first thing. This is an amazing opportunity for us to look at our lives and ask 2 questions. Number 1, am I becoming the person that I really want to be? And number 2, kind of leads on, am I surrounding myself with good people that are making me better? And if the answer to that is no, and I'm talking about the honest answer, you know, the answer that niggles at you sometimes, with that question of like, are you sure this is who you want to be? Are you sure this is what you want to do? If the answer to either of those 2 questions above is no, then this is an amazing opportunity and a perfect time to stop and change things. You don't have to go out. You can't go out and see your friends. You can't go out and be around people that aren't good for you and that you know aren't good for you. And you've the ability to mute conversations that you don't really want to be in. And people can't like get on at you because you can just mute them or delete them from your friends list. I'm not talking about being harsh, so be nice to people, but you have the ability to just literally step away from those situations, and you've got the ability to start distancing because we've been forced into it. You've got the ability to start distancing yourself from those situations and from those people that are getting you to do things that you really don't want to do, but feel like maybe you're kind of have been stuck in it. And that's something that is a little bit of a gift. That is a positive in all of this, is to just stop, think, assess, and move. And there's a verse in the Bible, it's in Proverbs 13:20, and it says, become wise by walking with the wise, hang out with fools, and watch your life fall to pieces. So basically the moral of that is, don't be an idiot, surround yourself with good people, and you will have an enriched life. And more than that, you'll be able to be a blessing to other people and help them with their lives. And isn't that really what we're all striving for at the end of the day? We want to be a person that other people look at and say, I wish I was more like them, or I wish I was their friend, or how are they so cool? And think on it, make those changes now when you're in lockdown, so that when lockdown is over, you're not continuing to do things that you regret. You know, in 10 years' time, are you going to look back at your life and regret the choices that you've made now? Or could you look at this as an opportunity to just make a little bit of a change and do something else? So that's the first thing, reposition. The second is reconnect. And there's kind of 2 points to this, so technically there might be 3 points instead of 2 points, but I feel like you're going to forgive me for it, guys. So the first is this, reconnect with your family. Guys, this is an amazing opportunity for that. You know, if you can just put your phone down for a minute, step away from TikTok for like 30 seconds, the world won't end. If you move away from Instagram for a second. But why don't you do that? Watch a film with your family, with your parents, your grandparents, your foster parents, whoever it is that you live with. Watch a film with them. bake, learn how to cook. If you've been complaining about your mum's cooking all this time, why don't you learn to cook? Why don't you help her learn to cook? How amazing would that be? And then go out, play with if you've got brothers or sisters, why don't you get out with them? Don't waste this time, because a lot of people, as they start getting older, they start to say things like, oh, I wish I got more time when I was younger. Well, you got it. Like, we're in lockdown. You physically cannot go anywhere. Duh. Happy days. And secondly, and this is most importantly, use this as a time to dig into your faith. Get your Bible out and have a look at it. Get a Bible app if you don't have one. There's a great Bible called YouVersion that you can download onto any smartphone that you may have. You can find them on the internet if you need to as well. Ask questions of God. He's not scared of the questions that you have, so ask questions of him. Maybe write something down, the questions that you've got. If there's anything that you don't understand, try and dig into that and try and learn it a little bit more. Ask us, send us any questions that you might have, because we will try our best to answer them. And if we don't know the answer, then we will definitely try and help you dig in and find answers to things. Guys, God is vast. He is. And as mentioned in previous weeks, he will help to look after you. If you turn to him with any of your worries and anxieties, he's going to be there for you. He's not going to turn away from you. But more than anything, God is just desperate to have a relationship with us, and he wants to spend time with us. And that's an amazing thing. You know, Jesus went to the cross. He endured all of that pain for us so that we could have a relationship with God the Father. And that's an amazing thing. It's an amazing privilege that people in other parts of the world get persecuted for. And you think that your friends laughing at you is like persecution, but it's not. It's not. And actually, if you love God and you get something from him, isn't that like the greatest testimony? And there's a verse in the Bible, and it's James 4:8, and it says, come near to God and he will come near to you. Clean up your lives, purify your hearts, you people who can't make up your mind. Guys, use this as a time to make up your mind about God, to try and get to know him, ask questions of him, dig into your faith, ask us, we'll help you out. Dude, you're in lockdown. Like, literally, what better time to give God 5, 10, 15 minutes of your day? Step away from TikTok for like 30 seconds and just ask and say a prayer to God. It's not going to be time that is wasted, I promise you that. There's loads of online resources as well. There's stuff on YouTube. You can search for Soul Survivor, Limitless Festival, anywhere like that, on Instagram, Facebook, like I said, YouTube. They've all got lots of posts about faith and understanding the Bible. And guys, as I finish, genuinely, if there's one thing that you get out of anything that I've said, remember this, that I promise you will not waste any time that is time that you spent with God. You won't waste it. It's not time wasted when you're trying to get to know God better. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say, really. We love you guys. We're praying for you continually, and we really genuinely hope that we get to see you guys soon. Keep safe, keep in touch, and we'll hopefully be all together screaming on a Friday night very, very soon.
Well guys, thank you so much for watching this week's Surge Online. We have loved having you with us, and we hope you join us again next week. Please do keep an eye out on all of our Facebook, Instagram and YouTube accounts, channels for everything we're going to release. And we are going to be releasing different things throughout the week from now on as well, not just on Friday nights. So please do follow us on them different platforms, because we love hearing from you guys. And please do send us in any prayer requests, anything you want to talk to us about. We want to hear from you, whatever you've got to say. So messages on Instagram or Facebook, on Messenger, whatever you want to do, or through Renew Church, and we would love to hear from you. Okay guys, we love you. We can't wait to see you on a Friday night so we can start raving together again. And I'll see you soon.